All right, the next step is to solder. We've run the power cable through the fuselage. This is going to come out the wing. Now we need to solder these two leads to the two contacts on the motor. All right, and it's very important that you do a good job soldering on them because the motor's going to be. This is going to be moving. There's going to be a lot of problems if you don't do a good job soldering on. Then your plane is not going to work. You have to go back in and solder it. Put one of the leads through one of the contacts and fold it over, just like that. You need some solder. You also need safety glasses. Understand that this tip gets up to about 800 degrees, so if you touch it, you're going to suffer an immediate burn, probably second-degree burn. No big deal because it's, you know, there's a very small surface area there, but you need to run it under cold water and maybe even go to the nurse. Okay, I've got my safety glasses on. All you need to do is heat up the metal around the wire in the contact, and the solder will melt. It doesn't even have to touch the soldering iron. What happens is the solder will go to the heat source, the soldering iron. So you put the soldering iron on one side of the contact, put the solder on the other side, and the solder will naturally flow to the soldering iron. So that's just what I did, and we've now secured the. You got to let it cool and let it freeze, and now this solder is frozen, and now I can and put the other lead through there and solder that in place. So solder the leads to the motor. It doesn't matter which lead goes on which contact because there's no polarity involved. And you do that, we'll go to the next step. Let me turn this off.